What's going on, guys? My name is Amarok and welcome back. Today we're going to be killing the Alchemical Hydra, which is a level 95 Slayer boss. It can only be assigned by Konar and you'll find it in Mount Karuulm. If you're just here for the diary, you guys don't need to be in task. You guys can just go down the mountain, boost your Slayer level if you need to, kill one of the Hydras in the North Chamber, and there we go. This isn't going to be an in-depth guide, so it's not going to be all about perfect kills. It's just to show you what the fight overview actually looks like. I am a beginner with these kinds of stuff, so it gives you a better perspective of what the fight is going to look like. The quickest way to get here, if you have your Rada's Blessing 3 or 4, you can just teleport right to Mount Karuulm. If you don't have that, you can use the Fairy Ring CIR, which is just south of here, and you could also use the Farming Guild teleport and just run up the mountain, which is just southwest of here. So this is going to be a safe area from the heat, but if you go to the north, east, or west, make sure that you guys have boots of brimstone, boots of stone, or some granite boots to protect your feet from the heat of the dungeon. If you have the elite diaries completed, you could wear whatever you want or just wear nothing. Keep this in mind because you will take chip damage, and this is important. If you die to the boss and you're going to go get your items back, you might die again, and then you lose everything and have to go to Death's Coffer to get it. If you have 88 agility, you can just do what I did right there and go through the mysterious pipe. If you don't, you'll just go up here to the north and then east, but you will come across some smaller Hydras, and they do attack just like the main Hydra. It'll do a random attack, so you'll probably just take some damage. Pray mage or range and hope for the best. So once we get past that pipe, you're just going to go right above here and click to climb these rocks. Now, this is going to be an instance area, so anything you drop here and leave, it will stay there and you will lose it, okay? So here we have our gear. We've got our Slayer helm. We've got Necklace of Anguish, Masori top and bottom. We've got some Purgation boots, some Barrel gloves, Ring of Suffering, our Dragon Hunter crossbow, Dragonfire ward, Ava's Assembler, and we've got some Ruby Dragon Bolts E. In terms of our quick prayers, we're going to have Protect from Range and Rigor. It really doesn't matter if you do protect from mage or range. This is the only time you will take some damage or potentially take some damage because you can't really anticipate the attack of Hydra when you walk into the lair. I'm still very much a beginner at this boss, so I'm still not at that level where I just don't take any damage, but this is technically a 0 damage boss, or pretty much almost guaranteed 0 damage. You do bring some food just because of that first round. You don't know what he's going to attack you with, but aside from that, if you bring some food and a blowpipe, you should be able to stay at a good HP pretty much the entire trip here. You should adjust your inventory based on how experienced you are. If you are good at this, then just bring some more prayer pots. If you need the extra help, then bring some more sharks or any other kind of food. So a little bit about Hydra. Hydra has 4 phases and it starts with a 75% damage reduction, which is why we got these vents over here. The idea is that you need to lure Hydra onto the proper vents so you can remove the damage reduction from them. Each phase will also have a special attack. So green will have poison, blue will have lightning, and red will have fire. Before we get into this, a couple things for this fight is Hydra does 3 auto attacks with one style, and then he whips his head back and then switches to the other, and it only attacks with either mage or range. If it changes its phase before its 3rd attack, it'll still be the same attack as before, so make sure you wait for the head snap and then you can switch your prayer. Another thing, if it performs a special attack in between one of those 3 attacks, this does not count as an auto attack. In phase 4, Hydra will start alternating its attack between mage and range. This is going to be very similar to Zora when it enters its Jad phase. However, after its 3rd attack, it's going to throw some poison at you. And lastly, slow down. Don't move from one tile to the next of a different color until you see Hydra have a roar above its head. Otherwise, you will not get the damage reduction removed, and it's going to be a pain in the ass. I will show a fight where I messed up, and you'll see what happens. Pretty much the whole fight, you're just going to be luring Hydra. If it's green, you take it to red. If it's blue, you take it to green. And if it's red, you take it to blue. Very simple. And if it walks over the wrong vent after you see the roar, doesn't really matter. It does empower Hydra's attack, but if you're praying correctly, you're not going to take any damage. So a strong 0 is still a 0. So let's go ahead and take our Divine Raging Pot after we check that our Auto Retaliate is off. Go through the door and turn our Quick Prayers on. There is attack number 1, and you see that I took damage, so my instant reaction is make sure that I switch my prayer to the opposite prayer. There's attack number 2. Attack number 3, and remember I mentioned that every phase will have its own special attack. So after the third attack, Hydra will do its poison attack here, and you also see the neck whip right here. So I will be switching my prayers to range. There's that roar, so now I know that Hydra has damage reduction been removed. I'm going to move over to the side and avoid the poisons. In the first time you come into a lair, you always want to start here. Actually, I typically start here just because I want to keep the poison in this side of the room and not on the rest of the room. So as I move over to my second spot, I'm getting lucky with those procs. If you notice, it didn't do its third auto attack, so it's still going to have to hit me one more time with its current attack style before it switches. There's the switch, and now we stay here. We already saw the roar, so we can actually move early to our third spot over here. There is the lightning phase, so it's about to start moving. There is a way to skip it, and you'll see why I have my tiles marked right here. So once this blue lightning gets into the tile right there, I will be clicking here diagonally and then one over here. The idea is you want it to trap underneath you. Don't move until this phase is over, or you will get hit with lightning. The lightning will also stun you, by the way, and then you can't move for a bit. So we already saw the roar hit there, so I know that Hydra's defenses have been removed, or the 75% reduction has been removed. Just gonna heal up a little bit there. Now Hydra's gonna start moving to the center, and the reason I have these tiles marked is because you want to do a little bit of a skip, and that'll prevent you from taking fire damage. Now, in this one, I do mess up a little bit. You see that I get stunned here. It won't let me move from here. But if you keep spam clicking like I did, you will be able to get to tile. And luckily, I got through it. You want to make sure that you step over once you see the fire hit once and it's about to spread. You just want to time it. So right there, I'm getting hit with its mage attack. This is important because once we enter fourth phase, it is going to switch its attack. So right there, I got hit with mage. So now that we go into fourth phase, I automatically switch to range. And this is where it alternates. So there's range. I switch to mage. Switch back to range. And this is the third attack. So Hydra is going to throw a poison at me. Slow down with this one. If you start running immediately, it's going to throw a splatter everywhere. If you just wait for a second before it attacks you and then move, it's just going to be one spot. And remember, this does not count as one of the 3 auto attacks. If you take too long like I did, you will get hit with poison. Easy as that. I do have another fight where you'll see where I don't take any damage, which is going to be the perfect kill. And then at this point, you just chip away at Hydra's health. Make sure you keep alternating your prayers and relax. And there you have it, easy kill. A couple mistakes, but like I said, I do have another fight where it'll make it a little bit easier to understand what the perfect kill looks like. If you do mess up the fire phase, which I do here, don't worry about it. It is what it is. Just walk it off. You will take some burn damage. And then right there, just go ahead and walk it off and eat if you need to. Also keep in mind, Hydra will still attack you. So there's a attack style change right there. And that's it. And we just reset. The other way that you can skip the Hydra lightning phase is just go to the very corner right over there. And what you're going to do is you're just going to run all the way across the room to the other blue tile. There's an actual tile that you should keep in mind for where the lightning is. It should be somewhere around here, and then you start to run over. There it is. So kind of when it's around here, that's when you want to run over. That way the lightning stays chasing you and it doesn't actually catch up to you. That's the way you can do it if you don't feel comfortable doing that lightning skip or that lightning trap. So I do have an example here of what happens when Hydra changes phase, and it's also supposed to change its attack style. So here we go. We're going to go into, it should be around 1414. So we're going to see 3 mage attacks, and normally it would go to range, but because Hydra enters phase 4, they use the opposite attack of what they should have been attacking you. So we should stay praying mage. So we see mage, mage, mage. So now it should be going to range, but because it switched phase onto phase 4, we're actually going to go stay in mage. Otherwise, we will take some damage. And there you see it right there. Had I been praying mage, I would have been fine. But one of the things about phase 4, if you mess up the prayer, stay in that prayer because it'll fix itself. So I stay in range one more time, and now the fight is back on. Easy. So this is where the perfect kill is going to come, and this is where we have the Alcleanical Hydra combat achievement. Third attack right there. Switches his attack style. Go ahead and move away. Get out of that poison. Here we go. Attack style change. Still in the same cycle, so there's no need to change your prayers. Okay, switch your prayers. Lightning skip right there. Okay, so for this one, I'm just going to walk it over just to get a little bit more DPS. And as our soundbite, just keep spam clicking it there if you just want to be safe. And then step over. Now, I've always messed up if I start from the bottom tile and try to go to the top. I don't know if that's a mechanic. I know you can go from the top to the bottom and skip the fire. I might just have really bad timing whenever I'm standing on this one. So that's why I go to this one and then down here. Got poison coming up here. And then just chip away. And that's as simple as that. This is what like people that are actually really good at Hydra can do eventually. They pretty much can do an Alchemical Hydra every single time. I am just not that good yet.